Hey guys, welcome back! I know I probably say this most episodes, but I am so excited for what we're going to do today, because today we are going to be starting a new mini project. I think I mentioned at the end of last episode that it'll probably take 2 or 3 episodes. I'm honestly guessing probably 3, and it's going to make a very neglected area of my world into something that will be an absolute joy to visit. And the place I'm talking about is our industrial island. I think I might have briefly shown this at some point, but as you can see, it really isn't much to look at. I mean, the farms here all work, and I come here relatively frequently, mostly to run the moss farm, because it turns out I use quite a lot of moss, but it is very much industrial, no design, just a series of small farms. And even the farms that are here, like I said, they do all work, but I think I've got sugarcane, which we already have under our base, and that one is both bigger and loaded more often, so it gives a much better return. And there are also some farms and things that I'd really like to have, like a bigger bamboo farm to get free wood to make chests and things, and a stone generator for easily getting stone and cobble without tearing up all of the surrounding landscape. And that's not even mentioning the fact that I currently AFK here in this tiny box made out of bone blocks after an unfortunate incident involving a creeper and my moss farm. And yeah, this area, it really needs a lot of work to make it both more functional and also more pleasant to just generally see and be in. And I think, considering what we've got to work with, the first step to improving this place is probably to just tear pretty much everything down and give ourselves a nice blank canvas to work with. So, let's get demolishing this place. Perfect. Now everything has been taken down, you can really get a sense of the space we have here. And while I think it should be about the sort of size I'm looking for, it will definitely need some shaping and refining, as it is currently incredibly chewed up, and I also think the grass isn't quite going to cut it. You see, my vision for this place is to, of course, keep it quite industrial, but instead of a splatter of farms in a field like it was before, I think I want to create a factory with all the different farms inside it. That way we can keep everything looking nice and presentable, and also a bit more contained than the previous chaos we had. And while the factory could be surrounded by grass, I think I want to go for a kind of volcanic vibe. Not only do I think that will look really cool, but it will also, if I get it right, be able to play into the story of the factory itself. Maybe the lava is a fuel source, maybe some of the farms need a constant supply of lava and so they needed to build it either here or in the nether, and let's face it, no one wants to build a factory in the nether if you can help it, so a volcanic island seems like a much better choice, quite frankly. And while all those details will hopefully come in a little bit later, right now, all I know is this grass needs to go and we need to make this place a lot tidier and a lot more fiery. I think this will do quite nicely, and I think this block palette is actually perfect for a volcanic island, especially with most of it being basalt, which is an igneous rock after all, so it really is the best block for this, and the cobbled deep slate just slots right in. And for the factory, I'm actually thinking of keeping with the darker vibe and going for mostly deep slate. We'll see on that front, but I do think it could look really cool. But very quickly, there are a few things I wanted to mention, and the first is these little bits of grass that are dotted around the edges of the factory footprint, and I left these because I think in these spaces I want to add some decorations, gadgets, bits of general interest, and I wanted to try and make sure they were spaced out and also that I actually remember where I want them to go. So for example, this circle-ish area around the back, I think I want to add some sort of silo here, maybe a tank, but I want to kind of fill this corner with a tall cylindrical detail because I think that will really help soften this corner because otherwise I think it might be a little bit harsh. So that's why we have some unvolcanified spaces around the outside. But of course, the biggest gap we've left is inside this perimeter, which, as mentioned, is the factory footprint. And this is where we're going to actually have all of our farms, and of course, a floor that isn't just made up of volcanic stone, because having all of these cracks and crevices in a factory floor is just asking for things to get lost, and it would be an absolute nightmare to clean. So I think we'll probably end up going for something a little bit smoother and more factory-esque. Yes, this is the space we have to build all of our farms, and I think, as long as I haven't forgotten or mismeasured anything, it should all fit perfectly in this space. I do want to cram quite a few farms in here, but with some careful planning, I don't think it will feel too cramped because I really do want to try and avoid that. It's not much good to go from chaos in a field to super cramped in a building, so I want to try and make everything feel like it's in the right place and has its own space. So that's going to be my next big challenge, fitting everything in here and making sure everything feels just right. But I think I might have to save that for next episode, where we will hopefully be able to build all of our farms, probably put the floor in at the same time, and then maybe we'll also build the shell of the factory. We probably won't be able to do all of the decorations as well. That will probably be what pushes us into that third episode for this mini project, but if we can get the farms and the shell built, that would be fantastic. So hopefully we will be able to tackle all of that next episode. But until then, thank you guys for watching. I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!